I mean, to be fair,
It's
in
only
the
by
right
1 second.
hands, this character is undoubtedly like extremely strong. Let's be honest.
Yeah, she's good. She's kind of like hit scan too, even though she doesn't have much range. But like, she kind of has like a shotgun. You gotta think of her shots like a shotgun almost. Like it has spread.
Right. That's exactly how I think of it. Yep. All right. So starting on defense here, we really want to try to find a pretty decent spot. You want to fill out the team before you even choose to do anything. That's usually what you want to do
Yeah, I
as
think
all
the
roles.
Lunas too are right here. I think I was following her because I think she was trying to hit like a lucky snowball or something.
Oh yeah, she's
So I was
shredding.
like, no, I'm gonna push up with her.
Yeah, I don't
And she
know.
ended up
I
she
don't know
ended
what
up
she's
like
doing.
going back. I thought she was gonna try to hit a snowball or something, so I just kind of pushed up with her.
It's funny because she could literally just do it here and land it. So when it comes to this, yeah, she's trolling. I also just wouldn't put too much faith in your teammates. Not saying that they're stupid or bad or anything like that, but if you want to get to a different rank, you're gonna have to play differently. You know what I mean? So pretty much just let everybody do their own thing, and you're just here temporarily. Unless that's your pre-made, then obviously that's a different story. But you said this is solo, so yeah,
Yeah,
we
I was
wanna.
solo queuing this match.
Yeah, the first thing we always want to do is we just want to fill out the team. You know, what do we have on the team? What is our goal? What do we want to do? Doesn't matter what role you are. I don't do this all the time. Sometimes I do just like go with the flow, but it is very important to understand. If you know that there's a Namor and a Squirrel Girl, then you know you have to play differently. If you know that there's a Invisible Woman and a
Yeah,
Cloak
they
and
did have a
Dagger,
Namor and a Squirrel Girl.
yeah, like you got to
Solomorian.
play
He was
differently.
a during this match. He was a flanking Namor too, and he had the Gamma team up
Those are
at one
annoying.
point.
The flanking Namors,
So
oh man, those get on my
yeah,
nerves. All right, so let's see what we got. Hey, I don't mind too much about trying to off angle. This is good, but I don't like you doing it from here. Um, the main issue is it leaves this spot open. As you see, he's getting ready to walk through. You could say that he could walk through here too, but if your whole entire team's on left side, they could pretty much deal with this should they roll up. But it's harder to deal with it if he's able to go and play on the whole entire map. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
it's just better that we go on the right side so we can prevent people from walking in. And if you got to step back, you step back. But at least you're having some resistance to that happening. This is pretty much how you deal with divers and things like that in general. And you play Psylocke, so you know if there's someone standing right here and you're trying to go to their backline, what are you going to do? You're not going to just walk straight through them, right? You're going to have to meet that resistance, duel, and that's what you want to get this guy
Yeah,
to do.
right side would have been probably a little better right here instead of the left side.
Yeah, and also just habit break these down so people that walk through your team can see. Even in high ranks, people still leave it up and just break it every game. Just break these windows down, or not windows. I know they're called something else, but I'm just calling them windows for now. So now we see Namor. You probably don't notice him yet until he starts throwing stuff at you guys. Okay,
Yeah,
now
I've
you
seen
see
the
him.
Gamma Squids now.
Yeah, so now that's your job, unfortunately. Your other team can deal with it too, obviously, but do your best to try to take him out yourself. Nice. Now you go up there and fight him. Why do you think it's best for us to go up there and fight this guy right now?
Probably because he just threw down 2 of his squids.
That's true too. And you didn't notice it because you weren't looking. And not faulting you for that. It's hard to see up there. But he did use his bubble to get where he was. He didn't do
Or did he
this.
use his bow? He has a jump pad right there.
Yeah,
I
but
think
you
he might
can't
use
jump.
that.
You can't jump. It's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very hard to do. Only some heroes can pull that off. For the most part, you can't reach it. The jump pad's only for there. So he would have to come through here, come through here. There's like actually no way he gets there unless he comes through this way here. In which case your team would obviously see this. So yeah, by that you would just know he has nothing and he's KO'd here. You could just instantly go on this guy. These are the things that you're looking to pick up on when you are playing something like Psylocke, because your window of opportunity is very thin, and the really good Psylocke players abuse it. Because when you abuse that, you know it's a KO 100% of the time, as long as you don't mess up your combos and whatnot. So yeah, you would go for that instantly. So whenever you notice that someone just used something, or you know that they're vulnerable, you would go for it. In this instance, you wouldn't have known unless you understood the map like that. But I play a lot of heroes, and I play, all the roles, and some heroes just can do it and some can't. Say I kind of already knew that he used his bubble to get up there.
I wonder if I did chase him down. I think I
Oh,
did.
you did chase him down. Did you get him? Let's see. Almost. I liked it. I would say that like you might look at it and think that your execution was poor, but it really wasn't that. I think you just took damage before.
Yeah, I took a lot of damage.
Before you even went up there, I think you took damage. Or I'm crazy. I felt like you did take a little bit. Didn't?
Nah, I didn't. I didn't take any damage.
Yeah.
See,
Okay.
how'd I get so low right here?
Oh, he
Or
just
hit me
left
with
clicked.
2 spears.
He just left clicked you. Yeah. That's enhanced damage. She's really squishy. The bright side is you did your job. A lot of people would be thinking, well, you didn't get the KO. That's not what you're thinking about if you want to reach high ranks. You need to think about what your job was. What was the initial job up there? Why did we go up there?
I kind of just wanted to put some pressure on him.
Right.
To be honest.
And that
And maybe
caused
get
him
an
to drop
elimination
down.
if I could have.
Yeah, I mean, if you
But,
could have,
their team
it could have
pushed up.
happened.
Their
But
team, like, they pushed up really far right here, and my team got pushed back. And now I'm kind of.
yeah, this is unlucky. This is unlucky.
I didn't even notice our cloak died really fast.
Yeah, this is unlucky. But let me ask you this: even what do you feel like it was a good call to do what you did, even though your teammates kind of faltered, or do you feel like I should have looked at my team first and then I should have went up there? What do you think?
Well, I think I should have jumped up there, but at the same time, be more mindful of like my team's position as well.
Yeah, I totally agree. Jumping up there, regardless of what your team just did, was the right call. It doesn't matter how they set that up, it was the right call. You can't control their actions. However, we could have obliterated this entire situation if we would have just positioned on the right side like before.
True
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
So that whole scenario could have just been prevented. But how you executed everything, obviously you missed shots and stuff like that, but I don't trip too much on that because I'm not someone who cares. Eventually you'll get better at landing shots and doing mechanics and all that extra good stuff. That's not what's going to make you climb. It's something that's going to help you. But I'd rather let you understand why you do something because that's something that's the hardest part about the
I was
game.
low here, so I went for the health pack. I also have no cooldowns, I don't think. Missing my shots on the squirrel girl. Oh, I got her. Now this
Right.
Hulk kind of pressured me here.
You shouldn't be KO'd. You should. Oh, you got KO'd now. What? Oh, did you just not have?
I was trying to.
You had
When
dash.
she does some damage, yeah, when she does damage, she gets her cooldowns back, and I was trying to kind of dash out of there, but I had like just got my dash when he hit me like 60%. I had like just got it.
Yeah, that one would have been. You'd have to instantly dash as soon as you got it. But I will say this here. Wow, we went giga far back. This here was not necessarily a good KO. Because this is what I was talking about in terms of like how some people value KOs over the actual need to do your thing properly. This, even though you didn't get the KO, was a good thing. Why? Because we pressured them off and that was what we needed for our team. However, the Squirrel Girl getting the KO here, we didn't have our Cloak and Dagger. And maybe you didn't notice this at the time. But we didn't have our Cloak and Dagger. And we noticed that our team is getting pushed back. Getting a KO here doesn't do anything.
The first thing I noticed, my team got pushed back very fast, very quickly.
Yeah, this KO doesn't do anything. We already lost the fight, basically. So what we should be doing is what? What do you think we should do when the fight's over? What would be more beneficial to us?
Just fall back after losing the Cloak and Dagger.
Yeah, if we're already losing the fight, you should reposition. Reposition and get into another spot. It could be one of your favorite spots, whatever. It could be anywhere. But you want to reposition so you're ready for the next fight. And when you are, that's when you're solid. So we know that if we were to walk, we were able to see Namor on the left side. This means that we could make our way, do our thing, and we could possibly just kind of chill right here. Maybe. We can see down the main, but we also can just see Namor. If Namor decides to pop up or use the jump pad, look for that 1v1, probably get him down. Right? But positioning is key when you're playing Psylocke. Whenever you play this character, you need to position well all the time because that's how she gets. She's an assassin. Assassins can't just be everywhere in terms of like their positioning. They need to fixate on specific spots to assassinate a specific target. Realistically, that Squirrel Girl doesn't get KO'd to you because she would have just jumped out of the way. But you're in a rank that didn't really punish that. And I don't want you to get away with things like that and think it's okay. That's why I wanted to speak more on why that Squirrel Girl KO just wasn't the play. Even though you got the KO, which was good. It just didn't help your team.
Yeah, I was just kind of shooting at her because she was just there, But
this part, I mean, because we didn't reposition the first time right, we actually lost the second fight. This is what happens when we get KO'd. We don't really notice it. And this is why a lot of players think that their games are rigged and that their teams always suck. And, well, if you get KO'd, if there's a fight that happens that you're not a part of, well, you just missed out on a fight. If you get KO'd again, you missed out on another fight. If this keeps happening through the span of, like, well, this is a 20-minute game. This keep happening in the span of the game, how many fights do you think you're going to be missing out on? That's a lot of fights, right?
A lot of fights.
This is why you got to make sure that you have that uptime. You got to make sure that you are always relevant. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. I love that. That was good. Now, I don't know if you did that on purpose, but being in the right position allowed you to get that KO. This is why positioning is important. I don't know if, like I said, you just looked at it and you scanned it, or you just knew. But that was really well played. I wouldn't jump down though. This was good. This was good. You just fought him. So the way that tanks get space generally is just by like walking and moving and, you know, commanding the space with their presence. The way that DPS gets space is by trying to force the fight and getting the KO. Once you get it, take the space. This is yours. The only way that they can get in it is by taking you out. But this allows you to flank. As soon as they get a little bit too close for comfort, you're chilling up here. Just wait. Buy time.
Okay.
And then you get it. But you're going back down and retreating when that's not really what you should be doing. Let's just kind of play it forward a little bit, and let's say you were still chilling up there. What would be the location of these players? Your Thor is freaking crazy, man. I don't know what that guy's doing. Yeah, that guy's a gamer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This is you go in and ult, but imagine if you were just chilling up here and you drop down and ulted. This would be way easier for you to land.
Yeah, way it would easier. Be. And that would have been a good play as well.
Oh, you got one. It
would have been even better.
Oh, you got two. Okay. But yeah, you would have got all three. For sure. Nonetheless, though, I like that we did that. It stopped the push. This is something that happens when you want to use your ultimate. There's a lot of good reasons. There's offensive ults, defensive ults, but you can also use your ult in a way to stop momentum. And that's basically what you did. I don't know if you noticed that's what you did, but your team kind of wasn't in a good position until you did what you did. You stopped them from pushing your team. It was really well played. Continue to think about your ults like that, and yeah, you definitely turned the tide. All right, we gotta dip out.
I kind of got caught by Emma's ult right here and died.
Well, yeah, you did. I'm not gonna lie, but the reason for it is because we were just not in the position. Right? We should always look to retake the next position as much as possible. So after you did what you did, we shouldn't be fighting here. We should look for the next position to start assassinating. If you're going to fight from the front line like this, that's okay. But you need to be in the area that they're going to start pushing to, so you're not going to get cut off. If they start pushing this area, right, well, then what happens to your team? Your team's going to then start moving this way, and guess who's by themselves? So if you are going to play that front line, you want to do it from the angle that you're going to retreat. So you're basically playing, if you act like you're playing Bucky, or you act like you're playing Namor, or Squirrel Girl, these characters that do like to fight front to back, then you can just play like that. Once you're in that mindset of I need to look to assassinate,
right here.
Yeah, if you're like I need to look to assassinate, then you want to look to position properly. You need to pick and choose what you're doing. You can't mix them. So. I know because you have escapes and abilities and whatnot, it might feel a little bit easier for you to be more free, but you have to understand that those aren't used to get you out of trouble. That's just there to help you assist in the KOs. If you're using them to get out of trouble, that means that you don't have them to get KOs, and now you're on cooldown. The more you have to use your stuff to run away, the less you have to fight with. So you have to be very careful with characters like this that are very cooldown based, because you're not going to be able to play the game. What are you going to do without your abilities, you know?
Yeah.
In this particular situation, you're not in the fight. And then we just talk about this. How many fights you miss out on because you get KO'd. It sucks. But these are the things that matter the most. Because then what happens if your team gets KO'd as you spawn? Then you lose even more space. And it's
now we're staggered.
Yeah, exactly. So now you're trying to like feel like, okay, well, how do I get back to the situation? What do I do? Where can I stand? What do I attack? But you could have already thought about that, and we could have been chilling, sipping a Mai Tai, like just waiting for someone to walk into your path, because you already planned out what your approach would be. So for right now, I would say your biggest weakness is just not having a game plan. That right there would escalate
Okay.
your gameplay because you can press buttons. That much is obvious. You're not bad at executing. You might miss a shot here or there, but clearly you know what you're doing. But we need to focus on the game plan, not the execution. You're fighting a lot and you're moving around a lot, but you could just calm down and chill sometimes. Really assess the situation before you go for it. Nice.
Now, I ended up dying here because he threw a gamma squid, and I tried to dash away, and he kind of threw a gamma squid right there.
I see. I think this fight would have been more in your favor if we played to the squids properly. But I will say the reason why does it always go so far? What's going on? I think that fight was kind of a rough fight to take, specifically because your team kind of got rolled. But I will say that you could have won that fight.
Because I actually heard him behind me, so I dashed up, was looking for him.
This was good.
He was like already behind us.
But I would have liked you to play it better, and how I would have done this is by just standing here. If you think about the squid, this is the way that you beat them. A lot of players don't think of it like this, but once you do, this character becomes insanely easier to do. If you think of his squids, they're like people. They're like players. If you get in cover, they can't hit you. Just like people, just like players. So whenever you see squids, just react to them like you would a real player. I don't know.
I think he took out my Luna right there, too.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, I think he did.
Hey, you see? Just dip over here. They can't hit you. You could have.
Of course, he bubbled because he was low.
Yeah, but you could have.
He threw a gamma squid on that roof.
You could have saw this play out if you were standing here anyway, and then you would have known what to do next. But because you're here, you don't have any line of sight about what's happening, and by the time you realize it, it's too late. But if we were already chilling over here, good. Remember, you don't need to always try to get the.
Have a lot of HP too. It takes it takes so many shots to take them out too.
Yeah, I don't let the Hulk through. That's a permaban. I would say you don't always need to go for the KOs. I think whenever you look for a fight, you like are really insistent on getting the KO, but it's okay to just have the fight and say, okay, we just leave with mutual HP, I guess. Just leave it alone. I think that'd help you out a lot too.
Okay, so don't always chase the fight.
Right.
Would you say like just put more pressure on the person, but don't really worry about securing the kill as long as you applying pressure.
Exactly. Because remember, the job at the end of the day was to get the guy off whatever he got off of, and you did. Congratulations. You didn't get the KO, unfortunately, but you did what you wanted to do. That's all you got to think about. You don't always need to get the KOs. Okay, dipping that again. Don't really like that. Again, what do we do when we use our abilities? We're not on the map anymore, basically. You have 15 seconds for your invisibility. What happens if you get caught right now? You have to use your dash.
Yeah.
But then if you use your dash, now your dashes are down and you only have invisibility. What are you going to do then? And then it's just...
Yeah. The thing with Psylocke, though, is I kind of waste my abilities a lot, but I kind of figure, like, okay, the more I keep poking, I kind of get them back fast as well. So I just kind of keep poking from a distance to get my cooldowns back a little faster.
I understand that.
Sometimes I do kind of use the invis just to move a little faster and like reposition or something like that.
That's okay.
So,
that's okay. When you don't want to fight,
here.
When you don't want to fight and you're going to go invisible, that's perfectly fine. Let's just say I'm going invisible to reposition. You know, I want to get over here and cool. But what you're doing then is you're waiting for your cooldowns to come back. How you play this out is I'm going invisible to look for some fights. And if you do that, you might get caught. And if you get caught, how do you play the game? So you essentially just did it, but they know that you're here now. Why didn't you go invisible? You had it.
Oh yeah, I did have it. I just got it back.
Yeah, you had it right at that moment. Let me see. Yeah, you just got it back. But I guess you didn't notice. But you didn't notice because you used it earlier. If we didn't use it earlier, then we would have had it. Or if we had the plan to just wait for it and then use it to engage, we would have had it. So again, it's the same thing. It's just we're not really having a game plan. We're very in the moment of a player. And it's not necessarily bad because that's a good thing. Being in the moment, being aggressive, that's great. But you have to have calculated aggression. You need to know when you can't do something like that. All the clips that you see of Psylocke players or Iron Fist or Black Panther, but whatever, those are highlights of a game it's not that action packed if it's a high rank player because they can't do that all the time. They do have to wait. You know what I mean? But in order for those to happen, you have to be patient. So right now, just be a little bit more patient in your gameplay. And just remember that you do not have to always secure a KO, and your gameplay will be 1,000 times better.
Okay, sounds good.
I mean, don't feel too bad about it either, because this game kind of rewards that type of thing. That's the brand of the game. Fast-paced shooter, and they live up to it. But if you want to get to high ranks, that's when it starts to slow down a little bit more.
So what you're saying is like be more patient.
Yeah.
Or be like more of an assassin, like how Psylocke actually is.
Yeah. Either be an assassin or how you were playing in the front line, like we talked about. If you're going to do that, then just position a little bit better and fight from the front. Yeah, this is perfect. This is what I mean. You see? This is you fighting from the front, and even if you get pushed on, you're chilling. You're fine. This is what we're looking for when we do that type of stuff. But you're mixing and matching a whole bunch of play styles on the fly, and you don't really have time to think. You're always doing something. If you slow down, you can think a little bit. Look, like that was a pretty good spot. You could chill, gather your thoughts. But we're going to play this out, and we're just going to see how long it takes for you to stop again, okay? So as soon as you do something, I'm going to see how long it takes for you to stop. As soon as you actually commit to something. All right, there you go. So right here, starting at 57, what do we got?
Girl is at the top right there, so I see her. Try to take her out.
That was good. Stopping. Well, you didn't really stop, but you did at the same time. Fighting and just sitting in a spot shooting is stopping. But you see how you're able to secure something so easily by doing nothing. Versus
just chilling up there.
Versus how hard you were playing earlier.
I had that area.
Versus how hard you were playing earlier this entire match. All the KOs you got was when you were just sitting doing nothing. That's wild.
True.
That's wild. You overwork yourself. Like literally just relax, you'll be chilling. Nice. Okay, just look. No, you don't need to act. You didn't need to do that. You didn't need to do that. You know for a fact you can't harm anybody in a healing ult. So and you can't see them either unless you get in. But if you get in, they see you. So just let it expire and just wrap around. If you wrapped around and waited for the ult to end, that's double. That's free. But you're putting yourself in this position where you have to actually look at people and they can look at you, and it would have been free if you were just patient. You know what I mean? Look at all this work you have to do. That's so much work.
I know, right? I tried to. Well, I couldn't contest point in my ult anyway, but I was like, you know what? Let me just.
Yeah, you were trying to save the day. I feel that. I feel that. I mean, there's nothing else you could do anyway. It's gonna reset anyway.
At this point, I figure Psylocke ain't really working, so I'm gonna go tank.
Okay.
But I also felt like we was kind of losing space really fast, so I was like, maybe if I tank, we can get hold space a little easier.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say like I'm a super good tank player, but you know, maybe I could do something here. So I went Hulk.
All right, let's see. Let's see.
But Hulk isn't a character I play a lot, but he's a character I've been kind of playing a little often and getting better with him.
Yeah, he's definitely a good character, especially for high rank, especially with these Namor players. Are you chilling?
Now, I think I almost died to a squirrel stampede here, but I transformed into the Hulk just in time.
Yeah, that thing is strong. All right, chill out. Yep, your team is not there, so we're kind of the same. This is why I always like hit on points that are player specific rather than character specific, Because the character stuff will get fleshed out just the more you play, but the player specific things won't. You're doing the same thing where you're just really active. You don't need to be so active, especially when your team is already KO'd. So chill out. You could even sit and spawn and sit over here if you want, but you don't always need to be a presence. You're always trying to show your face. It's okay. You can relax for a bit. Ooh, that mag bubble.
Died there.
Yeah, that mag bubble.
Yeah, I got saved. I got saved by the mag bubble there.
Okay. I think there's a program behind. Oh no, there's a Hulk behind you. Oof, Gamma is so annoying.
Yeah, so I ended up switching characters just to switch back to Hulk because, you know, Bruce Banner takes so long to transform again.
Right.
So just switched in between.
Okay, so I'll say this. As a dive tank, it's just like when you're playing Psylocke, you need to have an objective in mind on why you're even going in there in the first place. So, if I ask you now, what is your main objective when you actually play the Hulk or just any tank that dives in general? Like, what are you doing?
Right now, the plan is just Hulk smash. I'm just jumping. I don't really have a plan.
That's so funny. Well, the plan would be the exact same thing as you did with Psylocke, right? Namor was up there, so what do we want to do? Get this guy away. So when we're playing the Hulk, similarly, what do we want to do? If we jump in, what do people tend to do? Right? They just start
attack you.
Well, they'll start running away. When you jump in, they'll start scattering. There's no way that people are going to sit in front of a Hulk's face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you abuse that. So you hop in, maybe even over their head, so they have to flip around, turn around, go up, and hop back.
Hop they are kind of spread out right now.
Go up, hop back. The deeper you go, the more you're forcing them back. Hop in, back. Hop in, back. And as you keep doing that, it gets little. They move back little by little. Now will be your job.
I know you personally. You're a Cap player, right? So is that like the same deal for Captain America?
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same thing for Cap. Same thing for Venom. Just all dive tanks generally create space that way. I'm shocked you didn't go for her. That was chilling in there. Yeah, you see how you hopped in, and as you hop in, they slowly back up. You're creating space by just being there. That's what you want to focus on doing. And so when you're hopping in, this is why I said, did you have a plan? Dude, that Magneto is godlike on those ults. When you have a plan, you want to hop in and you want to say, okay, who do I want to get off point? If someone's up here, I'm hopping up here to move them so that they can't be looking on my team. All right, where do I go now? Where do I go now? Okay, I'm hopping over here. I'm hopping, and you're just hopping to create space. It's not random. You do want to hop with the goal in mind. Now, a lot of the times when you see Hulk players, they generally will just look like they're hopping around, but they do have an idea of what they're trying to accomplish. They're not just doing it to do it. Okay, so that would have been good.
Low right here.
Yeah, that would have been good if we dipped out. So this right here, this was OP. I like this. Boom. What's up, baby? Wow. What's up? Go back to your team now. That's all you do. When you're playing a dive tank, you can't expect to secure KOs. It ain't happening. Especially the higher you get. You're not there to get KOs. You're not there to wail on people that are out of position. You're there to clean up.
No, the crazy thing is, at Invis, I kind of knew she had her push, so I didn't want to. I wanted to go for that health pack, but I didn't want to get pushed off by her. So that's kind of why I jumped to the health pack that's over there.
But you could have just jumped to your team, and they would have been your health pack, no?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true also.
Don't be afraid to do that. I used to have this problem in my head, too, where I was like, if I'm dive tank, I need to dive and go get health packs. No, just jump back to your team. They got you. And then you can get that. You can get healed over here way quicker and then do it again. Boom, I'm back. Mess with them. Boom, I'm back here. Give me a little bit of heals. Okay, thanks. Boom. And that's what they're doing back and forth. But when you do this, you're decreasing your uptime. Look what happens when you get low. Well, now I have to go over here and look for a health pack, and the health pack's not going to fully regenerate a tank. It only regenerates you a little bit. You're still going over here and then going over there, and then now you're back into the fight. Look how long you were gone. And all you had to do was punch her twice, jump back, get a little bit of HP, because you weren't low at all. You were at like 75% little HP. Bam! Hop back on them. So if you're going to play Hulk, hop in, punch, 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 get out. And just do little short trades. You see how long you're in? Now, I know you had ults, but why? What is the point?
Yeah, I got like I think like around 200 HP, so I got a little nervous, so I just popped ult.
But we got low because
Didn't want to
we
get
didn't
KO'd.
have a plan in mind anyway, right? We were just hopping in. See how all of the things that you're running into are just because you don't have a game plan? You're not a bad player at all. But you just don't have a plan. You're just running in there and
Yeah,
just trying to think on the fly. But that's really, really, really hard to do. If I ask you this, whether you're high school, college, whatever, and you had to take a test, who do you think is going to pass? The person that actually studied or the person that just goes in there and tries to just do it on the fly?
the person that studied.
Right. If you're gonna execute something, just ask yourself, why am I doing it real quick? And even when I play Cap, as fast as that character is, because that is a really uptime type character compared to the Hulk,
Yeah,
um,
he's fast.
he has to be in there more and longer because he doesn't have the ability to just dip out as much as the Hulk. Not saying that they're that apart in terms of their uptime, but he needs to be a little bit more mobile. And even then, I still take a break. Or as I'm moving around, I'm thinking of what I'm doing next. So as you hop in, punch, 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 jump back as you're getting healed for that split second. Just think about what am I gonna do next? Boom, I'm back in. Punch, 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 back out. Think for a split second. So we're gonna do this little exercise here once you get smaller. And it goes back to normal. You stay on him, yeah? Like you stay out using the Hulk?
Oh yeah, I stayed on the Hulk.
Okay. Okay, so boom, we're in. God. Jeff players, man. All right, so
Yeah,
this
they always
is.
just switch to Jeff randomly sometimes.
I hate it. I hate it so much. I literally, I crash out if I see a Jeff in my game. So this is fine. You're able to punch and stay in. Why? Because you're getting healed. She's in your back line. There's no reason to be jumping around. Perfectly fine.
Yeah, that Emma would not die, so I was like, you know what, man, I'm gonna just start punching her healers, whoever's healing her. But then she got low, so I just kind of wanted to take the point.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. All right, so we're gonna focus on jumping in, and then we're gonna pause it and ask ourselves, what do we do next? So before we hop in, we need to have a reason why. Well, a typical tank's answer is to create space, but what space are you actually creating here right now? None, because the cart isn't even over there, right? So theoretically, you don't need to do anything. So if you hop in when the cart isn't even near, there's no reason. Let's see what you do.
Yeah, I don't think I jumped fully in yet. I was just waiting on the cart, like you said.
Exactly. Good, 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 good. Okay, we're hopping in. Perfectly fine, whatever. That was your plan. That's your plan. We hop out. Before we go back in, we need to think, what do we hop on and why? So looking at this now, I'm not even going to play it out, but looking at it now, do you need to hop? And if you do hop, where would you hop to? We ask ourselves this question. We hop on Emma. We hop like between them. I'll just like number it. Let me see. So 1 will be Emma. 2 will be between them. 3 is like in their back line trying to do something. 4 would be up here. Oops. Be like up here. Remember, Hulk is very loud, and just the fact that you're there is scary. Where do you think would be the best thing to do right now if you wanted to hop in? I don't know if you do, but if you hop in this next 3 seconds, where should we be?
But not number 3 because that's too much pressure.
Yeah, that's KO.
Too many enemies.
Yeah, you're done. Don't do.
I would say number 4 maybe, or number 1.
Okay, let's see what you do.
We could just put more damage into Emma, or just hop up top.
Let's see what we
So
do.
yeah, let's see what I actually did, because I don't even remember what I did.
You went with number
Yeah,
1.
I'll start punching Emma.
Okay. Now, do you think this is a bad idea? It's not a
Well,
trick question. I just want you to see how you feel.
I think it's all right. I know she didn't have her diamond form, so she couldn't kick me off. I always try to stay like be conscious of that.
Mhm.
So yeah, I just started punching her. I don't
Okay.
remember what I did afterwards, but
I think that was good.
kinda
Because what did you just do? You backed her off. What was she doing? Stopping the cart. If she stays there, the cart wasn't going to move. Yeah, you did. That was what
Yeah.
you wanted to do. Yeah, you could have hopped up here and accomplished the same thing without taking damage, but again, I didn't really want a right or wrong answer. I wanted more of a solid answer. And so whether you chose 4 or 1, it was a solid answer. Why? Because the goal was to push them back. If you hopped up here, I guarantee they move back, but you just don't take damage. But the concept is still the same. Now we're hopping in again, but why?
Yeah, now that she ulted, I'm probably gonna back up, you know. Yeah, exactly what I did. Put my bubble around so I don't get stunned.
Yeah, she's just trolling out of position. Okay. Cool. Now we are technically winning the fight. Why? We just got to pick. We should go so ham right now. It's ridiculous. Like, you should be messing everybody up. We should not be on Emma. We should be in that back line. Okay, now that she ults, not really much you could do. You're chilling at this point. So you're going back. So this is what, if he does not land this, we need to get out and just let this play itself out before we go back. Let's see what happens. Okay, so yeah, we just kind of dip out here. And we don't really look to fight. Perfect. I like this. Nice. Okay, we're going back in. Why?
You know that I'm not sure. I know we're low on. I think our teammates backed up, but yeah, I just kind of just jumped back forward again.
Yeah, the Hulk is right there. The thing is, if a diver dives, the diver is out of position, not the enemy. And so whenever you see someone dive your team, especially, this is like giga deep, just turn on this guy, because any KO is a good KO. It doesn't matter who it is. This will stagger, and then you can continue to go. Now, you're going to say, well, he could jump away, which is true. But him jumping away gets him off your team. And then it allows your team to regroup with you and then continue to push at the same exact time. So if you go on this guy, right, boom, he jumps out. Well, now your team can follow you up, and we're together now. But how you're doing it now means that as long as this guy is right here, your team doesn't want to move up with you, and this is going to separate the fight. It's not that they don't care about you, but like the same way you create space, so does this guy. It goes both ways. Let's see how this plays out. Let's see what he decides to do. Okay, now who's out of position?
Now I'm out of position.
Luckily, it worked itself out, but you can see if this was probably repeated a few times, it wasn't going to play out the exact same. This is why I always like to bring this stuff up. Okay, after you get a pick, again, just go ham. Doesn't matter. This is what you're supposed to do. Nice. Created that space. You dip out. Boom. Job done. Don't gotta go back in again. Why? Why are we going in?
Oh, I think my team pretty much can push the card up since it's right there, but I just wanted to apply more pressure to the enemy, kind of back them off a bit.
Okay, but why? Why do you want to back them off?
I don't know. I just feel like it was good at the moment, I guess.
Yeah, this is important because we need to slow your game down. The thing is, what happens? Do you think this is an advantageous spot to fight a team?
No, not really.
Not at all. And why do they want to be here? They're here because they want to stop the point, correct?
Yes.
But the point is already about to happen. There's no saving it. So what are they going to do after this point?
They're probably they're gonna fall back once we cap it.
So what are we doing? Why are we trying to do something that's going to happen automatically?
You know what? You're right. That's a good point.
When you jump in, you're feeding ult charge, but you're also putting yourself in a position to be KO'd. If you get KO'd and then your team falls like dominoes, it's on you. It's not because your healers couldn't heal you. What if you go over here and your healers are getting pushed back by Emma because she blocks it? Now you're getting KO'd and it's like, oh, my healers suck. I'm not saying you say this, but this is what typically happens to a lot of people that don't watch their replays. Oh, my healers suck. Yeah, but the Emma just blocked you off. But you see what I mean? Like, all this just doesn't need to happen because we didn't have to do anything.
We could have just been chilling.
The reason why I bring it up is because like this type of stuff happens a lot in higher ranks, and the first person, and I play Cap. You know, I play a lot of characters, but Cap, if you get caught in a high rank as Cap, the character sucks. Like, he is bad. So if you ever get caught, you're done. And I want to preach that to you because that's exactly what would happen in a higher rank. But it would have happened way sooner. You would not get here. Be grabbed back here. You'd be kicked back here. You'd be done. So this is why it's important to identify when you need to jump in and when you don't need to jump in. This is why it's important to know when you need to fight and you don't need to fight. As they stay and overcommit, that allows you to probably get KOs. I don't know if I would have ulted. They actually baited you in the fight. I think that was good, what you did in the first place. Like trying to go for the squirrel girl. That was good. But as soon as you kind of seen she got healed, I would have just jumped back. Because that fight only happened because really you baited that fight for the enemy. And they took the bait, ironically. So then they fought you and your team started to win. And then you went back, but you didn't successfully get anything. But they got your ultimate. So like really, quote unquote, who's the fool if you want to say something like that, right? You just burned everything.
Yeah, I used my ult, and I didn't really have to.
Right.
I think about it, but I pressured the fight on the staircase and then got low. Which you're right, that's a bad spot up there.
And the thing is, if you want to climb, right, you got to be better than these players. They just baited out your ult, man. Now you don't have it for a real fight. And if you win this fight, it's not because you played it well. It's because your team helped you win this fight. These are the type of situations that make games feel coin flip. Because when your team isn't good enough to pick up your slack, that's when the game feels like my team sucks and the game's unwinnable. People really don't pay attention to it. But there's a lot of games where their team carries them, but they think because they got all these KOs or they felt like they did a lot of work, they did everything. But that's not how it works. And again, I'm not saying that's you. I don't want you to feel like I'm attacking you. But I'm just saying the mindset that goes into a lot of players when they win games is they feel like it's them. But sometimes realistically, as you just seen, you messed up here and then you messed up last round too. And your team just covered for you. Both times.
Yeah.
And again, if this keeps happening, and this is how you climb, right? You're going to start having really coin flippy games. And you're going to start losing games when your team sucks. And then it's going to feel horrible. Because let me tell you, it does. When you lose games because your team sucks, it's awful. But if we could impact certain situations, because you can't carry a whole entire match yourself. That's not what I'm saying. It's impossible. It's a team game. But there are certain situations that you can carry. If we had our ult there, and let's say our team like messed up horribly, but we had our ult, we can turn the tides. But you wasted it. So if that was a fight where you had to do your part and be the best you can be for your team to win that fight, but you couldn't because you ulted already, that was on you. It wouldn't have been your team. This is why it's important to really focus on that type of stuff.
Even my ult would have been great, like at this moment.
It's all right though. We're getting through, and that's why we're here. You know, I'm only putting so much emphasis on it because that type of stuff really does make or break games. I'll stream games on stream, and people will think, "Oh, you're losing your games because EO," and I'm like, "No, I could have won this last fight for us, but I screwed up myself." And when you identify that type of thing and you can fix it, it doesn't happen again. And that's what the whole point. That's what I want you to kind of take from it. I was a good ult. That was spicy. I'm not gonna lie, that was spicy. Okay, so do you see what happens? Do you see what happens when you, let's just say this whole fight, you didn't have ult. You did have it, but let's say you didn't. Right? And this was a moment that you needed to turn the game for your team. And you didn't have ult, and you got KO'd here. And you guys lost. That'd been on you. The game gave you, every game gives you moments. You just have to find those moments. That was a moment. You took the moment. That was beautiful. Your team was able to deal with the cap. That was good. That was good. That was like solid. That was solid gameplay right there. And I told you, you did that with Psylocke too. It's like whenever you just stop playing and just relax for a second, watch some SpongeBob, bro, you get KOs like crazy. But when you're moving around and going crazy, and that's when you make more mistakes. That's when you start missing out on KOs.
I'm just need to slow down and think of a game plan.
For real. Really just ask yourself why. That's all. Jeff, we are not looking at you, buddy. Where are you? Oh, you're on him. Okay. Wow, you are swapping a lot this game.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I don't even know why I win Emma this game, but I mean this round. I was like, you know what, I want to play Emma because
That's all right.
I don't know.
Emma's good. Okay, I don't mind it, but when you snatch people, you got to remember that you are out of position when you kick them to your team, not them. I guess you could say you're both out of position, but whenever you snatch someone, just keep in mind that you're always out of position.
No, this we didn't even really push the cart that far here.
Yeah, I was gonna say we needed to create space, and you're not doing that. How could we create space in this situation? This is beautiful because we talked about this so much within this replay. How can we create space? What can we do? Let's replay it, go back a little bit, and let's just say we just started coming out as Emma. Right. Jesus, it's a little bit further. Okay, this is good. So we just started coming out as Emma. What is our game plan? We ask ourselves.
Well, fight the other tank and push up.
I guess you're not wrong, huh? Okay, so we have to break this down. Where are the enemies that are going to stop the cart? They're right here. Have to figure out a way to approach this so that they move backwards. I'm going to give you a couple options. So we have one. Option number one will be over here. Give out, push them back, possibly move them this way, or we move them that way. Okay, so that's one. I don't really know which way they'll go. We have two. Come down here. This one too. Come over here. Come up top. They can't be seen by their team, and you're just shooting them down here. Or you even drop here, shoot them, and if should they turn on you, you just jump pad up and go back to your team. Or we have three. Try to force them off in the middle. What do you think is probably the best one? Get rid of all this crawling.
I think maybe 3 would be a good choice.
You think 3, so shoving them in rather than going around?
Well, you know, the left side, going to the left side. If they
yeah, I had a whole bunch of drawing. Yeah, so going this way would help because you're safe, your team is there, and you're not in any situation. This way could work too because again, your team is there, you're okay, but have to keep in mind this wall breaks. So you go over there.
Right side would be good too.
Yeah. So we definitely shouldn't be pushing it like this because this is just trying to brute force it. But they have healers on them. And they have a wall. What do you have? You have healers, but you have no wall.
Yeah, we're kind of in the open here, just taking damage.
If you want to push this way, just let the cart push and stand behind it. That'll be your cover, if that's what you really want to do. But you see, you even took the space and then you just gave it back by backing up. So our mindset, again, our game plan isn't even on creating space. It's just trying to fight, trying to be active. But when you're doing that, we don't really have a plan about how to do it. All of this just happened because we didn't approach the situation well. It could still be created. We could still do something about it, right? So thinking about it here, we're getting pushed in. Namor's up there. Well, we should probably go up here and force him out. That's what we do. Well, he's still there, yeah?
Yeah, he's
still there. Yeah, you should have forced this guy out. That's always your job, I think.
I kind of got mad that he was up there, and then I tried to force him down. I think it was at some moment I kind of got tired of him. I'm going up there and get him.
You see how active you are? Just walking up here and just being there would make this guy back up. Just put your shield down, walk at him, he's gonna run away. Put your shield, walk at him, he's gonna run away. Put your shield, walk at him, he's gonna run away. He's gonna keep running away unless you catch him slipping. And then you get a free KO, it's a free pick, and you start shoving this team down. You only got away with it because you didn't punish it. But we only didn't punish it because we're being active. Your job as the tank, again, is to create space. It doesn't matter where you're creating that space. Your body is a bubble. This is how I always explain it when it comes to creating space. Your body is a bubble. Wherever you walk, players are forced to leave. That's how tank works. So if there's someone in a spot you do not want them in, simply walk at them, they will move. If it's another tank, different story. But if it's a healer or if it's a DPS, they will run away from you. There's not many DPS players that will just straight up sit at a tank. It's especially an Emma, bro. No. They won't.
Well, maybe a Mr. Fantastic might.
So now that he's like, you're pretty committed now. Now you just basically have to just fight with this guy behind us.
Yeah, now he took out our healers.
Right.
He pretty much lived up there, basically.
Right. And that's a situation where you could say, my DPS sucks, they should have got him. But we just could have just 5 seconds to just walk up there real quick and push him away. 5. You know what I mean? And even when you did try to get him, you decided to just do a really roundabout way, which was way more difficult than just walking at him. So.
Yeah, no, this is the end of the game. As you can see, they just have to go right there.
Yeah. It's still manageable. It's still manageable.
Pushed right here. I kind of wanted to stop the cart from moving, you know, because when it jumps down, it doesn't stop moving until, like, you're on it. So that's what I wanted to do, but then I just got caught, got grabbed, died immediately.
That's what I was saying that was going to happen before, but she didn't do it at that place over there. Yeah, with this, I understand your thought process, which is fine, but what I would have rather have is your healers being able to see you.
Yeah,
just let it
having
be
line of
here.
sight would have been better.
Yeah, let it be here. You have cover right in front of the cart. So you just do this. Boom, boom. As soon as they start to commit, just jump over them. And I mean jump over them. When you're playing Hulk, try to jump over them as much as possible if you can. Because it forces them to turn around and walk back and boom, boom, boom. And then go back, hop over, sit under the cart or near their cart so you can get healed, or even over here. And you just do it again. Just rinse and repeat the same tactic. But they couldn't see you. So you just get KO'd instantly.
Yeah, and the game's basically over right here. So
all it took was that one pick. And that Namor is being stupid again. Doing stuff in the back lane. Now, I will say, this Namor is annoying. Don't get me wrong. But the cool part about a player like this is they do the same tactic over and over. And what happens if that tactic doesn't work anymore?
Well, then they can't do, if they can't do it anymore, then they kind of like lose value a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, that Namor was definitely annoying. The Luna on my team was really complaining about him. He was like screaming in her mic.
If you make it so that some of these players that use cheap tactics like this to win, then and they can't do it, they won't know how to play it, and they'll be useless. Spider-Man players love being cheap and dragging you off a map. You play the thing, what are they gonna do? Like,
yeah, because then they can't do anything.
Yeah, they can't grab them. So then Black Panther, Magic, same thing. Play the thing, what are they gonna do? They oftentimes, especially in my rank, they'll switch instantly. I'll let it through just because I know I'm going to play the thing that match, and they'll swap instantly. They don't want to play into it. They have to play something else. In this type of situation, just always just force this guy. Every time you see him, you hear him, go after him. You do not lose, ever. Not once. Put your thing up, snatch him up, kick him to a wall, KO him instantly. There's no way he survives anything that you do. But we just didn't do it. And if you're playing the Hulk, I mean, that's nothing. Playing the Hulk, punch him a few times. If he gets you a little bit low, jump back to your team, heal him up. But the job is to just get him off of there. Just jump at him. Boom, move. Okay, you're going back. Let your team breathe. Jump at him. Boom, move. And just trust your team can handle whatever's happening over here. You do have to trust them in that regard. If you're going to always focus something, then you're going to have to trust your team to do the rest. And that's what I mean by it's a team game. You can't solo win a match. But when you can do specific things to make the game easier for your team, that is going to be how you get value, and that is going to be how you carry games. It's by making everything easier for everybody else at your game. So,
I see.
Was this game winnable? I think so. Was this game all on you? Definitely not. Not at all. But was there things that we could do to probably change the outcome of this match? For sure.
Yeah, I think so.
And that's something else to keep in mind. Some people think that I will just always tell people that. I'm like, no. There's definitely games where you're losing no matter what you do. But this just wasn't one of them. And being able to see that helps you improve and be able to win the games that are in the future that may come into the same scenario. So just kind of to wrap things up with what I was saying, because we can get them back in a nice little bow. I would like for you to practice your patience. Just have more of a game plan. Don't just keep being so active. It's okay to chill out. You don't need to be a mechanical god. You don't. No. Relax sometimes, even if it's for a second or two. What are you going to do real quick? If I'm going to go fight something because I need to create space, that's what I'm doing. If I'm playing Psylocke and I'm going to pick somebody off, that's what I'm looking for. If I'm looking for an ult, I'm looking for a great spot to use it. I'm not trying to just dash at them and use it right there in front of their faces, Just take a little bit more, take a few seconds to think about these things. The other thing
Okay.
is you don't always need to look to get the KO. Just fighting someone is enough to move them. The objective of the game is to push the cart or to prevent the cart from pushing. If you doing whatever you're trying to do allows that goal to be met, you're doing a good job. They can't push it, good job. They can't prevent you guys from pushing it, good job. Why do you need to get the KOs? When you jumped at that invisible one, huge, huge. What did this just do? When she jumped out from here, this put her Giga out of position. She's going to either have to walk back to where she was or she's going to stay over there. Took 2 seconds to hop back. And if she decided to stay over there, guess what? I'm coming back at you, baby. Now she's solo by herself and you're full HP. She's done. But you see, this is because we don't have that patience. You just see something and we have to go get the KO. But you are moving them around. That's enough. They're uncomfortable. They feel like crap. If you've ever played Strategist, anybody's in your face, it does not feel good at all. That was a good job.
No, it doesn't.
That was a good job. So that's what we want to do. So those are the two things that I think that is just like a really main focus for you. Being patient and just remembering that you don't always need to get the KOs. It's perfectly fine. Just push people away. And I guess the third thing would be to deal with the threats. Make the game easier for your team. Whatever's causing your team to crash out, just do your best to figure out how can I fix this. Sometimes you can't, but sometimes you can. And if you can, try to do your best. Okay.
What do you think about positioning? Was my positioning good or no?
I think with the characters that you're playing, positioning didn't really play too much of a factor. I think when it came to your Psylocke, a lot of your positioning mistakes were just not setting up. So we just need to set up a little bit more often and be ready for what comes next. When it comes to you fighting in the front line, I thought that your positioning was fine. But the thing is, you're trying to switch them too quickly. So if you're going to fight and like be in the front line how you were, so actually just go back real quick. You can even do it here when you guys are defending.
Yeah, I was switching around too much.
Yeah, so right there, your initial plan was trying to look to assassinate. But here, you were just chilling and fighting from the front. You're perfectly okay. If you get caught, you're in cover. You're fine. This is okay. So there's nothing wrong with the positioning here. Yeah, you could use the wall a little bit more, but you're not really being shot. But yeah, nothing's wrong with it. As I said, for the most part, your positioning is more about just setting up. You don't set up enough when you're playing this character.
Okay.
And if you were to set up a lot more and being in situations, because if you think about it, the game is a tower defense game. Just think about where they're going to walk every single time they go from point A to point B. They're going to come through here, there, here. So if you know this, just find the spot where they're going to come from and then just chill and snipe somebody. Well, not snipe them, but, you know, go up to them and get the KO. It's just all about like thinking about where they're going to be and if anybody's out of position. When it comes to playing the Hulk or when it comes to playing Emma or Strange, you didn't really have to worry too much about position. I don't really see much positioning on Strange. But with Emma, it was more about just, again, forcing them off, not setting up, trying to figure out where should I be to push them away. When it comes to the Hulk, you don't really have positioning with that character. The dude's just jumping around a lot. But again, if you just took a little bit more of a breather before jumping in the next time, that is what I would focus more on that. But just regular general positioning tips, you don't really have any positioning issues. I don't really see anything. Just use cover more, but you're really far away from the action. A lot of the times when you're fighting a Psylocke, you're never like right here in front of their face. You're always a safe bit of distance to poke from, and that's what I think is pretty solid position for you.
Ooh, sounds good.
Okay, before we wrap up or anything like that, do you have any other questions, comments, or concerns before we dip out?
I think that pretty much covers it. So I do think that you're right. Like patience and like one thing, like I should just relax sometimes. Like how I was just up here, you know, just being more patient. I don't always have to jump at them and stuff like that. So
yeah, and everything's a process.
Like how you say, I don't have to be so active.
Right.
You know, I could just, you know, be an assassin.
Right.
Like how I was with Psylocke.
Every hero, every role has a job to do. You know?
And as Hulk, I don't always have to, you know, like chase the fights. You know, I can especially if it's not necessary. You know, just play objective and a little more.
Right.
Make sure the card is pushing.
Right. The only time
Magneto was awesome right there.
Yeah, that dude was gaming. The only time you need to be jumping in so much is when they're not moving. That's when you would usually see Hulk players just pounce repeatedly, is because the enemy is just not moving. But as you get them to move away, they start to jump a little bit less because they don't have to. If you've ever like played really close attention to that. But as you start to get more experience on the Hulk and on Psylocke, you're going to notice how much easier it is to perform these actions. But you'll also notice you're going to run into other issues too. You know what I mean? And so this isn't really a one thing cures all, but I will tell you that a lot of your gameplay only falls short because of those two things, which is great. Some players have like 1,000 bajillion things to pay attention to. You have two. Okay? So right now it's two.
Good.
Patience, game plan. Oh yeah, I guess it's three. Patience, game plan, and then obviously not looking to always secure the KO. It's okay to hit him a little bit. If you're Psylocke, if you mess up, okay, you mess up, dip out. Try again next time. Don't always stick around so long. That's nothing. That's fixable. And then you'll start winning more games. If you guys would like your own coaching session, click that link down below. If you guys would like a VOD review for yourself, it's free. Click that link down below as well. Thank you guys for watching. And until next time, you know what I always say. You guys are doing what? Popping often. Will often.